You know what I just have so stuck in my mind is how many people just think this is the end of everything. That they're gonna kill off all of the humans because the people who are more into that, this is the end, they know. I don't know. It's so weird because it is like their reality is people's reality is so real to them, even though the reality isn't real, and I had heard this little analogy thing about reality is like those little Russian dolls. It's one inside of another. And that is what it is like. But it is the reality that you're focused on, is the experience. And the experience is for you to learn from. So you can't tell like all the souls to be like, oh, you got to change your experience. You got to change what you're feeling and think about something else because it comes from within. All I can do is share what comes from within me because I think it releases fear. If you don't fear death and, another analogy kind of is think about like a bee's hive or something, right? Or you could think of it an ant hill or a bee's hive or whatever, but where they're all kind of condensed in one area. They're just working, they're doing their thing. And then you go in and, like the bee's nest, you start smoking it, start it on fire, or the anthill, you pour, vinegar in or whatever into their existence, into their reality. Well, some of them could stay in there and, go down with the ship. Like, I'm going to fight for this. And the ones that fly away, they become free. So then they go to find a different reality. So that is essentially what's going on because this is nature. So the ones, as everything is imploding in this reality, the ones that hold on to it, they'll go down with the ship because they can't even understand there could be other realities. That, I'm always trying to, get people to understand what this reality is. But, the only people who I would say that I see, and I don't have actual interaction with them, are like tarot readers. Tarot readers seem to really get like the age of Aquarius, and they seem to understand, and astrology people somewhat, but some of them even I just don't hear very many people who talk about this as the changing of the ages, that this is the end of an old age and we're going into a new age. And the new age is a completely different paradigms. And that's why you have to release these old ages, especially because it's higher minded. It's of a higher dimension, a higher vibration. In order to be there, you have to be of that same vibration. You can't take a low vibration into a higher vibration. You have to meet the vibration. You have to move up to that vibration. That's why I keep talking about how important it is to heal yourself, because that is what raises your vibration. It doesn't just raise your vibration to sit and, sit alone all day in meditation, listening to high vibration music, because then you come out of it. And then as soon as you're interacting into the reality, suddenly your vibration is lower because then you're being triggered and you're having these different kind of interactions that are bringing up feelings, and you have to want to process those feelings. You have to want to release those feelings and let them go. You have to need to look at them in a different way because your brain is trained to look at everything in a certain way. It's programmed into this existence. And, like when I've been watching these old movies, like yesterday I tried to watch two new, I was like, okay, everything I was starting, I was just like, I couldn't even get into it. Like 10 minutes, I'd be like, ugh, and just kept changing out of things. I get in these moods where it's time for me to change it up. And, I was on the classic movie train for a while, but now it's like, okay, I need to change it up. So I went in, what was that? I went to a channel like Hulu or something, and it had a brand new movie that popped up. I can't remember what it was, but I started it. Oh, I remember. Oh my God. So it was, I went on Plex. My brother had put some new movies on, and Marry Me was one of them. I had just seen J-Lo on TikTok, and every time I go on and there's an ad, I just skip it. So I don't watch it. I don't fucking care about the fucking ads. But anyways, I had seen that she was in some new movie. Like, I give a shit. And so, I'm gonna go watch it. And then my brother put it on Plex. It was like the only thing and that I would even, because a lot of his, he's into kind of Armageddon and superheroes and action, and he is a horror writer. So, but he likes like newer horror movies and stuff. So, anyways, when I go on there, it's sometimes I have a hard time finding something to watch, and but he has a great library. I mean, for a lot, so many movies. So when I went on to watch this one, oh my God, right away, it was like, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. This is so much programming happening here. Besides the fact that they've got Owen Wilson, I think. Him and J-Lo get married as strangers. But every time they go up close to him, it's like they CGI'd his face or something. It just looks so weird. It doesn't even look like... It looks like a drawing of him that looks kind of like him, but not exactly. It is just as weird. It doesn't look right at all. And then who knows what they did to her face. I had seen a picture recently of her somewhere where it was, more natural lighting and not all the... whatever they do to wash out their wrinkles or whatever. And, she looks older. And this, like, she looks like she's, I don't know. I kind of feel like they're having her play like a 35-year-old maybe. And, I don't know. It's everything is such an illusion. Why? And then you just have her singing all the time. I couldn't even get through the movie. I don't even know how long I watched it. I was like, no, between the programming and the ridiculousness, and I just couldn't. So I switched out of that one and went on to Prime, and they had a brand new romance comedy, like I Want You Back or something, and it has some comedian actors in it that I like. So I was like, oh, I'll watch this one. And oh my God, right away, the same thing with the programming. It's like, once you see it, it is impossible to watch a movie and not feel like they're just programming your mind. Once you see through what they do, it's impossible. And it's just this constant programming. And it's like you go and say, hey, I want to make a movie, and then they give you the checklist. Okay, you got to have a gay couple. You got to have a child that's smarter than the rest of the adults. It's like, what? Like, there's not a recipe. They just use it over and over. And besides the fact that they use our own stories, like a soul's journey, what a soul has to go through to learn. They use those stories as the basis. And then they manipulate the stories to twist our mind around so that they can direct us of how to behave and how to interact with each other. It's just, oh my gosh. So I don't know. I got through maybe 15 minutes of that one. I was like, nope, no, can't. And still is very dramatic today. Yesterday we went to the vet. It's so cute, you can't go in with them anymore. Who knows when that's ever going to change. But, so they take her in, and she hates to go to the vet. And they take her in there, and, so when I was getting her back, they said, oh, when we went in, she was sitting up in a chair waiting for the doctor. And it was so cute. We took a picture. Could we post the picture on Facebook? And I was like, oh, yeah. But I got the picture off of Facebook. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. She's just sitting like in the waiting room, sitting in the chair waiting for the doctor. She's so cute. She's such a little sweetie. But I better let her out. But I want to talk more about this, this reality. And because there is a reality that is different than their reality. And it's a reality that is all about you and your soul and your power. And that is, I want to talk more about that. So I'll be back in a minute.